Good evening and welcome to 54 Below. Before we start tonight's performance, just a polite reminder, please take this moment to silence your cell phones. Also, there's no flash photography, please. All right, let's give it up for the Ninth Annual Harvard-Yale Cantata.
Welcome to the Harvard-Yale Cantata. Not a lot of things you need to know. We hate each other's guts and hate each other's guts and hate each other's guts, and that's the show. Welcome everybody to the Ninth Annual Harvard-Yale Cantata. Now, a pun that not enough people get is that the Harvard-Yale Regatta is a boat race. The Harvard-Yale Cantata is a contest of songs. Harvard grads against Yale grads. Well, welcome to the Harvard-Yale Cantata. Find your server, order up some booze. This isn't just a rivalry, but do-or-die survivalry enacted here like we're on a princess cruise. And hey, our only aim is to abuse. Welcome to the Harvard-Yale Cantata, the one cantata where someone's gotta lose, and it isn't gonna be me. Welcome everybody to the Ninth Annual Harvard-Yale Cantata. We have a jam-packed show. We've got 7 rounds with 2 songs each round, so 14 songs plus a special out-of-competition number. So in order to get to things and not have us here till midnight, I'm not going to spend much more time talking. I think you know this is all Harvard alums and current students against the same from Yale. And I would say this, that Harvard won last year. I will say that Yale leads the series 5 to 2 to 1. The one year we just were feeling very lovey-dovey and we didn't do a competition that year. So that was the year of the tie. So the first round is called the Roaring Twenties, and a lot of people think of the Roaring Twenties would be the 1920s, but I think I've come to the conclusion that all 20s, the third decade of every century, roars. And this one's roaring. So we are going to have, and I've got for the first number, which is going to be accompanied by the Yale captain and music director, Joshua Rosenblum. Joshua teaches at Yale, and this song was a song written, I think, in his songwriting class at Yale. And it's written by Brittany Benton, and it came from a prompt. The prompt was, I think, write a song about somebody who's telling a lie. Okay, that's an interesting song prompt, I think. So the background for this song is that a young actress is rehearsing for a show and talking to the sound guy about how much she misses her father. What she doesn't know is that the sound guy is her father. So here to sing, If He Could See Me Now, please welcome Soleil Singh and Craig Rubano. And I, of course, am the host, am impartial, but
once in a while, I see his smile somewhere in my memory. I hope that he looks down on me every now and then. If he could see me now, I hope that he'd be proud and see that I'd achieved my dreams. If he could hear somehow, I hope that he'd adore me above the far-off cloud.
Hey, kiddo. What's wrong?
It's just it was my dad's birthday today. It's funny how you guys have the same birthday. Must be a message from him.
Message, yeah. Hey, kid, don't cry. Please dry your eyes, though he may be too far off to see. If he were me, I know he'd be proud to call you his own. And from his perch on high, his own place in the sky, he must look down on you and grin. If he could see you now, I know that he'd be happy, happy as can be.
Stressed. Well, ever since I was a girl, I imagined a world in which he was still here.
I'm sorry you had to imagine.
He'd come out to see my show, watch me grow hand in hand.
Even so, he's closer than you know.
Once in a while,
He sees you,
I miss his smile.
he loves
I
you.
know he's somewhere out of reach.
You can believe me if he's like me.
I miss him.
I know he sees.
Does he know just how far
you've
I've
come? So
if he could see me
I
now,
know he sees
I know
you.
that he'd
Yes,
be proud
I believe
and
you
glad
when you
that
say how
I've achieved
hard
my
you
dreams.
tried. If he could see you now, I know that he'd be
adore
happy
me
by
my
your
side.
Stay put for 1 second, please. Now, what I didn't tell you, because I didn't want to lower your or change your expectations, and because I forgot, Elena Anderson called in sick yesterday, and Soleil Singh took over this morning. Okay, well, she got sick yesterday and called in this morning. I don't know. Okay, this morning, so Soleil stepped in, and wasn't that great? Thank you so much. And isn't it true that you're a current student at Yale?
I actually just graduated in
Just
May.
graduated, okay. The Roaring 20s. So she's not in your program, but remember that name, Soleil Singh.
Thank you.
Okay. I get around to everything eventually. It's just the emphasis is on eventually. So now, from Harvard, we have Let's Play a Game, written by Julia Rue. And here to sing Julia's song is Elio Kennedy Yoon and Maddie Rinaldi. And Julia, I believe, is going to play the violin, right? And please welcome the Harvard music director, Ian Chan.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia. This is a song from my new musical Endless, which is premiering in Korea next year. The show is about a star named Sun who challenges a star named Hone, star of life and death, in a battle of wits in order to turn her human lover into an immortal star. And this is the song where Sun meets Hone for the first time.
to keep you out in the cold. Aren't you the sweetest sight to be? Hold I'm pleasure just to make your acquaintance. You have no idea how long I've been waiting. Oh, it's been ages since I had a new plaything. Poor little star, out all on your own. Let me introduce myself. The name's Hone. What's yours? Son. Son. This will be fun. Son, come here, come here. Have a drink or two before we begin. Begin? Say, what would you do in order to win? Let's play a game of strength or of wits.
What are you talking about?
Starling, it's simple. Strength games consist of speed, force, or friction.
It's not why I've come.
So you're choosing wits, son? I'm not here for games. That's too bad, because this is my house.
I've heard all the stories, and a certain high star claims you can change a life. Can you change a life? Can you save a life?
I can't make you unkillable, if that's what you're asking.
It's not for me. It's for someone I love.
I only deal in human lives.
Exactly. So, will you help me?
Will you ask me nicely?
I need you to lend an endless life. He's barely hanging by a single strand. You can see his hours dropping in the sand. Please, I'm begging you to save him.
Let's play a game, why don't we proceed?
I'm not here to play.
I'll set the rules, just follow my lead.
I came all this way. I need you to lend an endless life. He's
Calm
barely
down,
hanging
calm
by a
down.
single strand.
I can barely hear
I can see his
a word
hours
that
as
you're
they dwindle in the
saying.
sand. Every
Oh,
second feels
it's
like
been ages
ages.
since I had a
Can't you
living
change him?
acquaintance.
I need you to help me now. He's
Sit
down
down,
there,
sit
down
down.
there, waiting just to
Take a
die.
breath or
This
two,
is why they
you'll
told
lose
me
all
to
your
beware.
hair.
Please listen. I'm only asking for a second you can spare. Fine, let's play a game, and if you're to fail,
Yes, let's play a game.
and if I prevail, you'll save him.
Seems like a worthwhile prize.
Swear it. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and say you're in. I'm in. Are you in? Let's begin.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a
Let's play a game.
Elio Kennedy Yoon, Maddie Rinaldi, and Julia Rue. So that concludes round one, the Roaring Twenties. And now I want you to imagine with me how hard it must be to be a judge. So we have 3 judges, and you'll be meeting them soon. But they're asked to award 1 point each for which was the better song. Hard to do, right? 2 great songs. Which was the better performance? Again, hard to do. And which was the better overall? I say better instead of best because I went to Yale and I know it's a comparative and not a superlative. I'm cursed. Okay. Our judges are 2 terrific songwriters and 1 terrific theater impresario. They are Mike Harrington, who is the executive director of TheaterWorks for One More Day. And then he is leaving to be in a similar position with maybe more responsibilities at Wheeler Opera House in Aspen, Colorado. And Mike is returning. He was a judge in the 3rd or 4th of these. I forget which one. Next, we have the fabulous songwriter and playwright, Marcy Heisler, who is returning as a judge for the 4th or 5th time. So she will think of you as the leader of the judges. You've got the most experience. And then we have Sonia Hayden, a wonderful songwriter and playwright and composer. And Sonia's angle on this is she went to Princeton. And the first year I did this, I got a judge from Brown, I got a judge from Dartmouth, and I got a judge from Princeton, under the theory that they could be counted on to hate Harvard and Yale equally. We're all going for impartiality here, but think of how tough it is for the judges. We'll be hearing more from them later. We're going to move to round two. Round two is They Say the Neon Lights Are Bright off Broadway. We have two composer-songwriters who made their mark in off-Broadway shows. And the first is Weather the Storm, written by Benjamin Scheuer. I believe it is from his show, The Lion. But if it isn't, Henry Lynch, who's going to perform it, will tell us where it in fact's from, if it isn't from The Lion. Henry?
Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second. As I said, it is from The Lion. You're correct, Tom. Correct. Give me 1 second as I set up here. Yeah, The Lion, one of my favorite shows. It tells about Ben Scheuer's experience being diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma when he was 28 years old and recovering from it. So I'd like to dedicate Weather the Storm here. My sister's partner, Laura, in a strange twist of fate, was also diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma at the beginning of this summer. And last week was her last round of chemo, and she is in remission. So a happy ending, just like Ben. So here's Weather the Storm from The Lion. Gather round, children, come here to my side. Sit by the fire where it's warm. I'll tell you something was once told to me about the way that we weather this storm. It's not how long the rain falls or how hard the wind blows, nor how deep is the snow in the road, nor the balance we fake when we feel the ground shake and we think that our world will explode. It's the help that we give, it's the love that we live, it's our pride in the friendships we form. It's the courage we show facing things we don't know, it's the way that we weather the storm. So if you try to stand tall but you slip and you fall, in the earth is the sound of the stars. Truth gets revealed when we're broken and healed. Every heart is made stronger by stars. It's not how long the rain falls or how hard the wind blows, nor how deep is the snow in the road, nor the balance we fake when we feel the ground shake and we think that our world will explode. It's the help that we give, it's the love that we live, it's our pride in the friendships we form. It's the courage we show facing things we don't know, it's the way that we weather the storm. So go on your journeys, be bold and be brave, be lions, my boys, and be strong. And when it is such that it all feels too much, then remember the words to this song. It's not how long the rain falls or how long the wind blows, nor how deep is the snow in the road, nor the balance we fake when we feel the ground shake and we think that our world will explode. It's the help that we give, it's our love that we live, it's our pride in the friendships we form. It's the courage we show facing things we don't know, it's the way that we weather the storm. It's the way that we weather the storm. Thank you very much.
Henry Lynch. So now, by a coincidence, I don't mean for this to be the downer part of the evening. It's too soon for the downer part of the evening. However, the next songwriter, Peter Foley, I've got to tell you, died 3 years ago of ocular melanoma, and he was young. It's a tragedy. He's 11 years younger than me, so he must have graduated, I would say, in 1989. So that's way too young to go. But he was a wonderful composer, lyricist, arranger, orchestrator, and music director. He's got a lot of credits. You can find out more about him at thepeterfoleymusic.org. And here to sing a song by Peter Foley is Craig Rubano singing "You Captured My Heart."
I won't remember the song they're playing. I won't remember the simple tune. It may be brilliant or rotten, I'll have forgotten soon. Don't snicker, please. It's not from liquor or dotage. I won't remember the dry martini. I won't remember the chandelier. I won't remember who made my suit or my boutonniere. And if the linens were fuchsia, that's mere minutia, dear. Details elude me now that I have found you. You have unglued me. What to do? How to remember the scent you're wearing? How do I capture your eyes of blue? I'd like to take this day and weigh in a jar and open it up whenever we are apart. I want a way to capture the day you captured my heart. I always thought myself quite the clever one. Now I'm not like myself, I'm undone. How to remember your gimlet glances and all the sparkling repartee. I'd like to put this day away in a jar and open it up whenever we are apart. Because I want to remember it all, the long and the short and the tall. I want a way to recall the day you captured my heart.
Craig Rubano. Okay, so judges, got to add up to 6. That's all. I'm not going to ask you the score just yet. Just make sure that whatever you got for the total at the end of round 2 adds up to 6. We'll hear from the particular score at the end of the next round. Now, the next round is a very sensible pairing. It's called We Got EGOTs. Now, I like the sound of that, and it is true that this round features a double EGOT. That is, two Tonys, 2 Emmys, 2 Grammys, and 2 Oscars. The little catch is that all of them belong to Bobby Lopez. Look, I did the best I could. Now, Jeff Richmond, who did not go to Harvard, but is married to Tina Fey, wrote the music to this next song, and he is a Grammy winner, or an Emmy winner. He may have an Emmy and a Grammy. Nell Benjamin has been nominated for several Tonys, and she'll win someday. I do believe that maybe Nell and Jeff have EGOTs in their future. Bobby has an EGOT in his past. And in addition to being the youngest, in addition to being the only double EGOT, he is the youngest EGOT winner ever. But anyway, we'll get to him in a minute. Right now, we've got in the first year that I did this, I remember Nell is married to Larry O'Keefe, and when I asked them to do a song, Larry said, "Is Bobby going to do it?" So that's why I always think of Nell and Larry and Bobby in the same breath. They're approximately the same age, and they're famous, well-known Broadway songwriters. So here to sing World Burn, which is from Mean Girls, yes, by Nell Benjamin and Jeff Richmond, please welcome Ashley Lalonde.
My name is Regina George, and I am a massive deal. I will grind you to sand beneath my Louboutin heel. This is why I get for helping someone lame fit in. Katie Aaron, enjoy your temporary win. My name is Regina George. Regina is a fugly cow. Hey, Katie, how you like me now? I wanna watch the world burn. I got the gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn and everyone get mean. I wanna watch the world burn. I got the gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn and everyone get mean. Katie, time to watch your back. Katie, time to turn and cough. Because you took me down, but you didn't finish me off. My name is Regina George, and in case you're keeping score, Katie may have won the battle, but I will win the war. And you can quote this. Whoa, I wanna watch the world burn. I got the gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn. Everyone turn mean, mean, mean. I wanna watch the world burn. I wanna make the world turn. So mean. I wanna watch the world burn.
Ashley Lalonde. So what can we put up against that? I don't know. We've got I Believe by Sam Boland, sung by Sam Boland. Now, this is from the Book of Mormon, and it was written by Bobby Lopez and Trey Parker. Trey Parker is not an EGOT, but probably has more money than all the people in the world because of South Park. Sam Boland is a frequent participant in the Harvard-Yale Cantata. He's done it 4 or 5 times. So here to sing I Believe from the Book of Mormon, please welcome Sam Boland.
Ever since I was a child, I tried to be the best. So what happened? My family and friends all said I was blessed. So what happened? It was supposed to be all so exciting, to be teaching of Christ across the sea, but I allowed my will to be shaken. Oh, what's the matter with me? I always longed to help the needy, to do the things I never dared. This was the time for me to step up, so then why am I so scared? A warlord who shoots people in the face. What's so scary about that? I must trust that my Lord is mightier and always has my back. Now I must be completely devout. I can't have even one shred of doubt. I believe that the Lord God created the universe. I believe that He sent His only Son to die for my sins. And I believe that ancient Jews built boats and sailed to America. I am a Mormon, and a Mormon just believes. You cannot just believe partway. You have to believe in it all. My problem was doubting the Lord's will instead of standing tall. I can't allow myself to have any doubt. It's time to set my worries free. Time to show the world what Elder Price is about and share the power inside of me. I believe that God has a plan for all of us. I believe that plan involves me getting my own planet. And I believe that the current president of the church, Thomas Monson, speaks directly to God. I am a Mormon, and dang it, a Mormon just believes. I know that I must go and do the things my God commands. I realize now why He sent me here. If you ask the Lord in faith, He will always answer you. So just believe in Him and have no fear. I believe that Satan has a hold of you. I believe that the Lord God has sent me here. And I believe that in 1978 God changed His mind about black people. You can be a Mormon who just believes. And now I can feel the excitement. This is the moment I was born to do. And I feel so incredible to be sharing my faith with you. The scriptures say that if you ask in faith, if you ask God Himself, you'll know. But you must ask Him without any doubt and let your spirit grow. I believe that God lives on a planet called Kolob. I believe that Jesus has His own planet as well. And I believe that the Garden of Eden was in Jackson County, Missouri. If you believe, the Lord will reveal it, and you'll know it's all true. You'll just feel it. You'll be a Mormon, and by gosh, a Mormon just believes. Oh, I believe. I believe.
So the one thing that Bobby and Trey don't do is bury the lead. That song is called I Believe. Okay, we're going to now just turn to our judges for a few minutes to try to get their reaction to anything from the first 3 rounds. And then we're kind of going to ask you if you can come up with a score either at the end of round 2 or the end of round 3 if you've tallied them. So,
Well,
Marcy.
I would like to first say a big congratulations to you, Tom, for putting together the hardest judge situation that there has ever been.
Good.
So thank you for that. And I bring great greetings from the purple schools. We all know crimson and blue make purple. So from Northwestern and NYU, we say.
That's why my jacket is purple, by the way. And you know, when you tell your wife that you're judging a show and you're going to buy a purple jacket,
it's always appropriate.
You don't get accolades right away. But you know, I always wear this every year.
But I just, before I hand it over, I just want to say congratulations on all of the songs about character and connection. As a lyricist, it's such a wonderful group of songs, and it's completely impossible to judge. I'm sure you're all sitting here and you realize that, in that there's just so much great work. And something I noticed this year was how much the music also contributed to the lyricism of the songs. I think the music was really a character in all of these pieces, and I really salute all of the people involved.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And I really see that coming through in the performances as well, like that paying attention to the music and what the music is telling us about the state of the character and the emotional journey of the song. Yeah, these are it's brilliant. And something I love about musical theater is just the variety that it can encompass, and we're really seeing that tonight, and that's so exciting.
Excellent, thank you. Mike.
Yeah, everything's been great so far. I love seeing the instrumentalists as well, adding another dimension. So congrats so far to all the performers. Do you want a tally? Do we have a tally?
If you have a tally, we would love to know the tally. It should add up. If it's the end of round 3, it should add up to 27. Does it?
It does. It
okay,
does.
So give it to us.
And at this point, we are Harvard 12. Yeah.
I can do the math.
And
okay.
Yale 15.
Okay.
It's tight. It's tight.
Very close. Last year, Harvard won by 1 point, and you know, we're going to move into double jeopardy soon where, no, actually, every round gets the same number of points. Maybe I'll rethink that some year. But now, round 4 is alums from the 2010s. One thing that I try to do in this show is draw alumni from all different decades. And we've heard that has been true already, and we're going to continue that. So coming from the second decade of this century, we're going to hear Janet No singing her own song, Do What You Want.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So my name is Janet No, and this is a song I wrote when I felt most aligned with my highest self or inner boss bitch. And it's called Do What You Want. Yeah. Everybody telling me to do something this way. Everybody thinking they got something wise to say. People think they know the best for me. Everybody got their own idea what I should be. I'm not gonna listen to their thoughts anymore. I got something better when I listen to my soul. Do what you wanna do. Do what you want. Do what you wanna do. Do what you want. You know what you gotta do. You know what you want. Do what you know is true. Do what you want. I'm so done writing for someone else's voice. I'm so done hiding underneath the noise. I've got 10,000 hours of feelings, 10,000 pages of truth. Now I can't keep searching for meaning with so much to prove. I'm not gonna listen to their thoughts anymore. I got something better when I listen to my soul. Do what you wanna do. Do what you want. Do what you wanna do. Do what you want. You know what you gotta do. You know what you want. Do what you know is true. Do what you want. No more being afraid, 'cause that just gets so boring. Don't need you in my space. Yeah, I don't need your warning. Finally awake, I see that I've been performing. Now I know. I'm not no more. Yeah. You know what you gotta do. You know what you want. Do what you know is true. Do what you want. Do what you want. Do what you wanna do. No use waiting to do what you want. Thank you. I'm gonna exit this way.
Janet, no. Now, pity the poor judges, right? Because some of these rounds are as if we went to the Olympics and you had a swimmer up against a gymnast, and you say, which performance did you like better? Because that performance is going to be different from this one, which is a song called I Don't Need Therapy, Love Mom, sung by its lyricist, Sarah Rossman, and the composer is Sequoia Selinger. Sarah?
Oh, that's hilarious, honey. I don't need to go to therapy. I already know exactly how it would go. She'd say, so what brings you in? I'd say, what doesn't? Well, you're here, that's a win. I wish I wasn't. She'd ask, what do you do? I'd say, your job better than you, or you wish you knew, or I'm a shrink too. Shrinks either love that or hate it. We'd compare credentials, I'd outshine her. She'd sit back in her recliner, smiling and smug, she'd scribble observations like patient, resistant to basic conversation. Then fully captivated by my air of mystery, she'd say, okay, let's start with family history. Dad was always calm, made sure we were well fed. How about your mom? I don't speak ill of the dead. She'd smirk the way you smirk when a patient's being finicky. We're all clinicians here, so let's just describe her clinically. Borderline dysthemic, PTSD. She'd nod her head to broadcast her sympathy, then say our time is up, unfortunately. Yada, 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 a few more sessions of intake, thousands of dollars that Aetna would refuse to reimburse. Yes, all worthwhile clinicians are out of network, except for me, I take insurance because I'm a saint. Let's fast forward to the part where she starts giving me actual feedback. Why do you assume it's a she? It would have to be. I have nothing to learn from men. She'd say, you love your daughters. I'd say, perhaps too much. Then she'd test the waters. Do you use them as a crutch? I'd say, well, that was out of the blue. Or who the hell are you? Or proudly declare, why, actually, yes, I do. And you're using me too. What? Shrinks are good at shrinking their needs to be so small. They spend all day not thinking about themselves at all, because it feels good helping others. Same thing goes for mothers. Most mothers. Some mothers. How about your mother? She committed suicide when I was 9. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for your loss, but unfortunately, that's our time. She'd have a field day with that one. A shrink whose mother offed herself. Delicious. Next topic, our marriage. How about your husband? She'd say, you never mention him. So I start today, then she'd go out on a limb and accuse me you're deflecting, which I obviously am. But I'm also protecting his privacy, ma'am. It doesn't mean that there's a problem if I say we're fine, we're fine. Okay, I'm just doing my job. No, Doc, you crossed a line. It's not your business if we're happy. That's just between us two. Sure, our sex life has been crappy, but I'm sure yours would be too, because when your children are your life, you don't have time to be a wife. Well, that sounds hard to swallow. Yeah, I'm used to indigestion. Then she'd ask one follow-up question. Do you ever wish you were dead? Well, not dead. But perhaps a small coma. A teeny tiny coma. Some time to recharge and not be in charge. A wee widow coma. A brief low-risk coma. While I'm lying in wait, they'd all have to wait. Yes, I could use a coma. A 2-3 week coma. A healthy pause for a worthy cause. I'd wake up refreshed, be received with applause. I'd be twice the mother I ever was. If I just had an annual
Sarah Rossman. So round 5 comes next, and round 5 is called Key Exchange. Ha ha ha, another pun. Because we're moving away from just playing the keys, we're moving into Josh Rosenblum and Ian Chan as composers. So we've got now Always Prokofiev, written by Joshua Rosenblum, sung by Joanne Lesner.
Oh, I'm so short. Always have been. I'm also married to Josh. Yeah. We've been married a very long time. And several years ago, he was invited to give an all Prokofiev piano recital. Afterwards, he wrote me this song as penance. Sergei Prokofiev was born in Russia in 1891, and he wrote lots of music, lots of loud music. My husband loves Prokofiev, which he practices 9 or 10 hours a day, and it's always very, very loud. Always. Now, don't get me wrong, I just love 20th century music. Shostakovich, Stravinsky, of my sophisticated tastes I am proud. But why is it always so goddamn loud? And always Prokofiev? Why couldn't it be Brahms just every now and then? Or a Haydn sonata? Or a Bach toccata? But no, it's non-stop pounding and crashing like some huge wild monster thrashing. Makes me think about Mrs. Prokofiev. And did she ever shout, Sergei, why must you do this every day? You're slowly driving me away. It's like it's right inside my head. Why don't you ever come to bed? Why are you banging the piano when you could be banging me instead? Plays Prokofiev. He plays it pretty well. I guess I should be proud. But why is it always so damn loud?
Joanne Lesner. Now, I wanted to say something. In the opening number, which was called Welcome to the Harvard-Yale Cantata, that was a cooperative song. I wrote the lyric, and Dylan Markarell, who went to Harvard, wrote the music. So sometimes we do get together and play nicely together. But when I heard this song today, I was reminded that when we first wrote that song for the second Harvard-Yale Cantata, it was a group number, and the Yale team started off singing something very sentimental like "Welcome to the Harvard-Yale Cantata," and then the Harvard team like pushed them aside and said, "Stupid Yaleys, you gotta tell them the show's gonna be funny." And somebody said the memorable line, "Has anyone funny ever gone to Yale?" Well, that song proved to me, I think it's funny, and so funny people have gone to Yale. But now to hear a song that's not funny, right? No. So serious people also go to Harvard. We're going to hear Waiting by Ian Chan and Joo-hae Moon, and it's going to be sung by Natalie Chu, called Waiting.
Building up walls, protecting a heart, not letting people in, hiding somewhere far, stuck behind fear of people and scars. If you don't give them a chance, your trust can't fall apart. She's been waiting for her to grow stronger, to do it on her own. But each day feels more heavy when she's waiting on her own. On days left lonely and scared, trying to believe that it isn't, pushing away those who care because of the ones that didn't. But to those who showed me patience, to those who still knock on the walls, thank you for showing me I don't want to be alone after all. She's been waiting behind her walls, can't deny it 'cause it's true, waiting for someone to show her she's worth holding on to. She's worth holding on to. Ooh, she's worth holding on to. Ooh, opening up isn't easy. Step by step, just take it slow. 'Cause if you don't let people in, who will hold you close? It's time to let it go, time to let them through, worth holding on to.
That was Natalie Chu. We have a special treat now. We have an out-of-competition round called True Blue. Now, often in the out-of-competition round, that's where I usually insinuate one of my own songs. But in a moment of uncharacteristic restraint this year, I picked a song by a composer. When you say Yale and songwriter, the second person that I think of is Cole Porter. I'll explain that in a bit. One year, though, Harvard picked Cole Porter, and they sang Night and Day, because Cole Porter, it turns out, went to Harvard. Cole Porter went to Harvard Law School for about a month, and he may have also taken a music theory course or something. But Cole Porter is associated with Yale, the second name I think of when I say Yale in song. So here is my friend Serena Feniger and her a cappella singing group and some alums of the a cappella singing group. And the group is called Something Extra. So here singing Just One of Those Things by the second Yale composer, Cole Porter, is Serena Feniger soloing and a little something extra. Oh, I should ask you, because the backup singers are going to be unmiked, let's be as quiet as we can so that we can all enjoy the a cappella singing group.
Hi everyone, my name is Aditi and I am an alum of the group Something Extra, which is the best a cappella group to have ever existed, and I'm not biased. I was not part of this group for 4 years. So I wanted to introduce the group by telling you all a bit of Something Extra lore, which is our founding story, and I'm going to tell that to you right now. Okay. In the middle of one cold New Haven winter in 1977, a Yale undergrad by the name of Lori Ann Winter, who is on stage with us right now, called the first rehearsal of what would soon become the newest a cappella group on Yale's campus. 3 months of rehearsing later, still nameless but ready to turn some heads, the founding members of our group, stunning in their matching tuxedos, marched their way onto the stage of the now obsolete Zeta Psi Jamboree. The unprepared MC, not knowing what to call the shockingly dressed ensemble, simply glanced out into the crowd and improvised. And to conclude, here's a little something extra. And a cappella at Yale has never been the same since. So please enjoy. We're going to be singing Just One of Those Things by Cole Porter.
As Dorothy Parker once said to her boyfriend, fare thee well. As Columbus announced when he knew he was bounced, it was swell, Isabel, swell. As Abelard said to Eloise, don't forget to drop a line to me, please. As Juliet cried in her Romeo's ear, Romeo, why not face the fact, my dear? It was just one of those things, just one of those crazy flings, one of those bells that now and then rings, just one of those things. It was just one of those nights, just one of those fabulous flights, a trip to the moon on gossamer wings, just one of those things. If we thought a bit of the end of it as we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hope. was great fun, but it was just one of those things. You'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, my dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. Just one of those things.
A little something extra. We're going to pay a visit now over to our judges again. They probably have had time to tally the scores, but before they give us the news on the scores, let's just see if you've got anything to say about round 4, round 5, or our out of competition number.
Well, yeah, that was amazing. And the fact that one of the founders was here, exceptional all around. How great is it to see the impact that you have, right? I didn't say anything about your age. I just said you were a founder. Come on now. But congratulations to you, and what an amazing impact you've had on so many young women. And old women. Young women, old women. Sorry, I'm not going to talk about age. Okay. I'm gonna move on.
I'm going to remember that I've had an impact on you.
No, it's all continued to be brilliant and continue to be, many different styles, which is just, it's so fun. I'm having a great time, and it's incredibly difficult to judge this because it's so wonderful.
Excellent. Marcy, did you recognize anybody in the singing group Something Extra?
I sure did. My Interlochen beautiful alum, Shannon Barr, was right there. I saw that.
Part of the fun of this is, people that I know from different places. I did not know that Lorianne Winter founded the group. I didn't know that Shannon sang in the group. Sorry, go
Well,
ahead.
I also think there's such, to wax poetic, which we really, I think we all feel a sense of collaboration, tonight. And it's so much fun to watch the musical directors watch each other and watch each other work. I want to say that it really is a great spirit of collaboration. And again, I was just thinking as a lyricist myself, not only, we were talking about the music and we were talking about the lyrics, but the authorial voices, the author voices are coming through so well. And I really think that it's one thing to give your own spin on a performance, but it's another thing to give your own spin on a performance and also really bring something new to an author voice. And I really sense that tonight. So congratulations all around.
And you can come back as a judge next year, Marcy. Thanks. That's great. So now let's have, and one of the reasons I don't ask for scores after every round, I don't want to get that kind of competitive. So at the end of round, what are we up to? The round 5, so 5 times 9 is 45. Does your score add up to 45?
Believes double check me, but yes, I believe it does.
Okay, good
I was
judging.
a music
Good
composition
judging.
major, but
So what do we got?
All right, we have Yale taking the lead a little bit with 23.5, and Harvard coming up very close, 21.5.
Okay. They've narrowed the gap, just a 2-point gap. It used to be a 3-point gap. You see what can happen? So thank you, judges. Now, round 6 is we got Tonys, and the songwriters in this round have multiple Tonys. The first songwriter is when you say songwriter and Yale, the first person that I think of is Maury Yeston. And the reason is that Maury Yeston has not 1 degree from Yale, not 2 degrees from Yale. He has 3 degrees from Yale, an undergrad, a master's, and a PhD. And he was a professor at Yale. He was my professor at Yale of music theory. I think he was probably a professor at Yale for about 10 years. But the person better qualified to say exactly how long would be Josh Rosenblum, who is writing a biography of Maury Yeston. And to impress you even more, just this year, Josh published another biography. It was a biography of the Yale songwriting team, David Shire and Richard Maltby. So please read that book, Josh. The title again is?
Closer Than Ever.
Closer Than Ever. Look for Closer Than Ever by Joshua Rosenblum. It's a great book. So now to sing By the River, which I believe is from Maury's song cycle, December Songs. And I will say that I know all of Maury's work. December Songs is my favorite piece of his. So here to sing By the River is Amy Justiman.
From the icy bridge I hear the river flowing out into the open bay. Deep beneath the waves a voice is calling, come down to me, it seems to say. I will understand your frozen journey in the bends and elbows of my flow. Come with me and be my close companion. We'll live as one in what we know. What we know. People will be born, people will die, as before you were born, and long after you. Young ones will find love, hand will find hand, we will flow with no end, on and on, on and on. Softly lap against the shore. Take step and come to me, my darling. Here in my arms, you'll cry no more. Cry no more. People will be born, people will die, as before you were
Amy Justiman. Yeah. So the next song, Maury has 2 Tonys, and I just checked. Alan J. Lerner has 3 Tonys. I tried for even matches, but that's about as even as I could get. We got Tonys. This is I Could Have Danced All Night, which of course is from My Fair Lady, and it is sung by Lindsay McAuliffe.
Hi.
I couldn't go to bed, my head's too light to try to set it down. Sleep, sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight, not for all the jewels in the crown. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced, danced, danced all night. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced, danced, danced all night.
Lindsay McAuliffe. So we're coming to the last round. I'm not going to ask for a score now, but I will at the end of this round. The last round is called We Got Grammys, We Got Oscars. Now, one of the things, I really do try to be impartial, and I have recommended to the Harvard team a songwriting hero of mine, Dan Wilson, who went to Harvard. And I don't know that you guys would have found him. His songs have been in previous versions of this show. Dan Wilson has written hit songs for or with Adele or for Adele. He's written hit songs for the Dixie Chicks, who are now called the Chicks. And he wrote a song for his group Semisonic, which was a big anthem in the 90s called Closing Time. And we did Closing Time one year. But I make these recommendations because I want to tell Harvard about all the assets that they have. And here to sing the song by Dan Wilson that they have picked this year is Derek Speedy, the team captain of Harvard this year and last year, singing Chemistry by Dan Wilson.
I remember when I found out about chemistry. It was a long, long way from here. I was old enough to want it, but younger than I wanted to be. Suddenly my mission was clear. So for a while I conducted experiments, and I was amazed by the things I learned from a fine, fine girl with nothing but good intentions and a bad tendency to get burned. very young graduate. When I had nobody to call my own, I told her I was looking for somebody to appreciate, and I just couldn't do it alone. So for a while we conducted experiments in an apartment by the river road, and we found out that the two things we put together had a bad tendency to explode. I'm all about chemistry. Won't you show me everything you've learned? I'll memorize everything you do to me so I can teach it when it comes my turn. Fine spring days, California waves, sweet Pacific scenes through the windows of airplanes and hotel rooms. So when I find myself alone and unworthy, I remember everything I've learned from the fine, fine women with nothing but good intentions and a bad tendency to get burned. I'm all about chemistry. Won't you show me everything you've learned? I'll memorize everything you do to me so I can teach it when it comes my turn.
So Dan Wilson has Grammys, and Michael Gore has Oscars. Now, this song, Out Here on My Own, from the movie Fame, was nominated for an Academy Award, but it did not win because I believe that year the song Fame won for the best song, or I may need to look that up, but a different Michael Gore song won that year. But here to sing Out Here on My Own, written by Michael Gore and his sister Leslie Gore, is Lauren Merritt.
Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? Make believing is hard alone out here on my own. We're always proving who we are, always reaching for that rising star to guide me far and shine me home out here on my own. When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh, baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through, help me need you. Until the morning sun appears, making light of all my fears. I dry the tears I've never shown out here on my own. But when I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh, baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through, help me need you. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? I may
That's it. That's our show. That's the Harvard-Yale Cantata. I would like to thank Amanda on sound and lights. I would like to thank KJ Hardy, Audrey Rowland, Jennifer Ashley Tepper, and the entire 54 Below staff. I would like to thank our judges, Mike Harrington, Sonia Hayden, and Marcy Heisler. I would like to thank our Yale team captain and music director, Joshua Rosenblum. Our Harvard captain, Derek Speedy. Our Harvard music director, Ian Chan. And our cast and some of our writers, they're all around somewhere. They can't come up to take a bow. There's too many of them, but please thank everybody who participated tonight. And of course, thank you. I was in this empty room today for dress rehearsal, and that was really exciting, but it's even more exciting when there's an audience here. So thank you so much for coming. Okay, have I vamped long enough for you to come up with a score? Does it add up to 63?
It does add up to 63.
Okay, it does
yes.
add up to 63. So now, judges, tell us. The winner of this year's Harvard-Yale Cantata is...
With a final score of 32.5 to 30.5, Yale wins.
But again, that same 2-point advantage persisted through the last 2 rounds. So to me, this is a producer's delight that everything was so good and that the last 2 rounds you judged them even. And that's hard to do given that one of the songs was I Could Have Danced All Night. Come on. So anyway, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next year.
Talk about what it was like being there. Yes. Oh. Wait. This is the very talented Yale alumnus, Sam Boland.
Well, it's an honor to be introduced to whatever this is by the great Sidney Meyer. Tonight was so fun. Tom Toce always putting together a really eclectic program. I tolerate the Harvard half, but, secretly envious. They're all very good. And just really fun to be here and sing. Bobby, incidentally, I was going to say this before my song, but the music came in right away. Bobby Lopez and I were in the same a cappella group. So, the Yale Spizwinks.
From a legit Jack Mormon, you did a good job on this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What is in my heart right now is this was my very first Yale Harvard Cantata. I'm putting Yale first. It is my alma mater. I am so delighted that we won. I performed with Something Extra, which was my a cappella group when I was an undergrad, and it was just a thrilling experience. And it was such an amazing display of talent, the songwriting and the performances. and I'm really honored and delighted to have been a part of it. I hope to do it again.
This was a fabulous evening. I'm a friend of Tom's, and I always wanted to come to this particular event. I'm a Columbia person, but you know, as I've told many people here tonight, I was rooting for both because I dated both Harvard and Yale and married Brown. This was spectacular, some absolutely wonderful writing, and it was also very cool to see several maestros up here tonight. I'm a member of Maestro, which is Georgia Stitt's organization for female composers and lyricists, and Janet No, Joanne Lesner. It was really wonderful to see them, and then of course Marcy Heisler. So congratulations to everyone, it was a great night.
You know the soundbite, thank you. I'm trying to think of a fun, creative word that rhymes with cantata. I'm blank. Fill me in.
I congratulate Tom Toce and these wonderful alumni for making the night sing. It's always so exciting, and for me, every one of them is a winner.